Good day everyone, it's me again, your teacher X, skate chairman at your service. So today's lesson is all about the subtraction of fraction. And if we use addition of fraction in business, we also use subtraction. Assuming that a seller has 50 meters of cloth in bale and he or she sold 37 and 1/2 meters. So how many were left? So here we subtract 37 and 1/2 from 50 to get the remaining meters of cloth, and then we get 12 and 1/2 meters. So for the objectives that we have here today, so at the end of this lesson, the students should be able to subtract similar fraction, to subtract the similar fractions, to subtract mixed number, and to subtract mixed numbers and whole numbers. So let us start for the subtraction of similar fraction. So as in addition, we simply deal with the numerators and then copy the denominator. Hence, to subtract, we subtract the numerators and then copy the denominator and reduce the fraction to its lowest term, if needed. So just like for example, consider we have 15 over 16 minus 8 over 16. So as you can see, we have the same denominator. That's why we just need to copy the denominator and then subtract the numerator. So we have 15 minus 8. And what is 15 minus 8? So we have here 7 over 16. So the answer is 7 over 16 since it cannot be simplified. So let us have another example. Let us try to subtract 3 over 8 from 5 over 8. As you can see, they do have the same denominator. That's why we just need to subtract the numerator. So we have 5 minus 3 over 8. So it is equal to 2 over 8. And 2 over 8 can be on its simplest form. And the simplest form for 2 over 8 is 1 over 4 by dividing both numerator and denominator by 2 over 2. So the answer here is 1 over 4. And now, let us talk about subtraction of the similar fraction. So again, as in addition, it is necessary that the similar fraction be converted into similar fractions first and then proceed to subtraction of similar fraction. So just like, for example, we have 2 over 3 minus 1 over 4. Of course, we need to find the least common denominator of our denominator. And to find the least common denominator, as you can see, we multiply 3 to 4. So we have 12 as the least common denominator. So 12 divided by 3 is 4 times 2 is 8. 12 divided by 4 is 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, so we have 8 minus 3 for our numerator, and they do have the same denominator. That is why we have here 5 over 12. So the answer is 5 over 12. Another example is subtracting 1 over 8 from 5 over 6. So consider we have 5 over 6 minus 1 over 8. Of course, we need to find the least common denominator first. So the least common denominator of 6 and 8 is 24. And 24 divided by 6 is 4 times 5 is 20. And 24 divided by 8 is 3 times 1 is 3. So 20 minus 3. And what is 20 minus 3? It is 17 over 24. And 17 over 24 is already in its simplest form. That is why 17 over 24 is the answer. Now let us talk about subtraction of mixed numbers. So to subtract a mixed number, from another mixed number, we follow the following rules. So, number 1, if the mixed numbers have similar fractional parts, we subtract the whole numbers and then subtract the fractional parts, following our rule for subtraction of similar fraction. So consider we have 8 and 2/3 minus 3 and 1/3. So we need to subtract the whole numbers. So 8 minus 3 and plus, ihiwalay natin yung fractional parts. So we have 2/3 minus 1/3. Okay? So subtracting the whole numbers, we have 5 plus the fractional parts, 2/3 minus 1/3. They are a similar fraction. So 2 minus 1 is 1/3. So we have here 1/3. That is why the answer is 5 and 1/3. But if the mixed numbers have fractional parts which are not similar, then we change the fractional parts into similar fractions and then proceed as in the last example, the previous example. Okay, for example, we have 12 and 2/3 minus 8 and 1/4. So what are we going to do? We need first to change the fractional parts into similar fractions. So how? As you can see, we have here 2/3 and 1/4. So we need to get the least common denominator of 3 and 4, and that is 12. Okay, so let us change it from 12. So 12 divided by 3 is 4 times 2 is 8. So we have here 8. So we have 12 and 8/12. And for this one, we have 12 divided by 4 is 3 times 1 is 3. So we have here minus 8 and 3/12. And as you can see, they do have the same denominator for the fractional parts. That is why we need to subtract the whole numbers. So 12 minus 8 is equal to 4. And for the fractional parts, we have 8/12 minus 3/12 is equal to 5/12. That is why the answer for this is 4 and 5/12. And if the fraction in the subtrahend is greater than the fraction in the minuend, convert 1 unit of the minuend into an improper fraction with the correct denominator and add this unit to the existing fraction in the minuend. Then the whole number in the minuend is reduced by 1. After that, we can proceed with the subtraction. Like for example, consider we have 23 and 1/2, 1/8 rather, minus 15 and 3/4. So let us try to get first the LCD of the denominator. So we have here 8 as the LCD. So we have 23. So 8 divided by 8 is 1 times 1 is 1. Minus 15. 8 divided by 4 is 2 times 3 is 6. And as you can see, 6/8 here is greater than 1/8. So we need to borrow 1 unit from the whole number of the first term. And the whole number here, or the 1 unit here, is 8/8. So consider we need to add 8/8 to 1/8. So we have 9/8. And the whole number will be reduced to 22. Okay, so we have 22 and 9/8 minus 15, 6/8. As you can see, pwede na natin siyang i-subtract. So 22 minus 15 is 7. And 9/6, 9 minus 6 for our fractional parts is 3. So the answer is 7 and 3/8. And now let us talk about the subtraction of mixed number and whole numbers. So to subtract a mixed number from a whole number, we convert 1 unit of the minuend into an improper fraction with the same denominator as the fraction in the subtrahend. So, thus, reducing the whole number in the minuend by 1. So, then, we subtract. Like for example, consider we need to subtract 3 and 3 over 4 from 14. So as you can see, sabi dito, so we need to reduce the minuend into, we need to reduce 1 unit from the minuend. So from 14, it will become 13 and 4 over 4. So 13 and 4 over 4 is also equal to 14. That is why, pwede na natin silang i-subtract. So we have 13 and 4 over 4 minus 3 and 3 over 4. Okay? So, subtract the whole number. So we have 10. Then subtract the fractional parts. So we have 1 over 4. So the answer here is 10 and 1 over 4. Or 10 and 1/4. And to subtract a whole number from a mixed number, we simply subtract the whole numbers and copy the fraction. Like for example, if we have here 65 and 1/3 minus 42, so just subtract the whole number. 65 minus 42 is 23. Okay, so we have 23 and then copy the fraction 1/3. So we have 23 and 1/3. So that's all for today, and see you again on our next lesson. Bye!